Hello, welcome to Fiasconauts for June. I'm joined by Ripley Improv. That's your name now?
Oh, fuck.
But a nice
And-
way to promote.
Yeah, seriously.
And Mary Chieffo,
That is
also of Ripley Improv. Yeah?
No,
No.
but we love her.
But you were
I-
at the thing.
I have played with the Ripleys, much to my pleasure.
Okay.
Twice
'Cause-
officially. I guested on Glam, and then I was a part of their Halloween.
So I
yes.
saw you at the Halloween show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was in that officially.
Hence my confusion.
It's a very valid one.
She's
one
definitely Ripley-esque, as much as someone can be that.
Ripley inspired by.
Well, you've definitely taken to the group in a huge. Well, I mean, we're all best friends with you.
Yeah.
you're like you might as well just be one, but we're diversifying, so
Rightfully so.
yes,
And I
correct.
will always be a fan.
We're
of
normalizing
champion.
is yes.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
I do. I like that term.
Shonda Rhimes taught it to me. She's like, I hate the term diversity. It's not, life isn't that. I'm normalizing TV, which I think is good. And we've talked about this a few times, Ian, that she does like her shows are inclusive, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
those
Oh
pieces.
yeah. Grey's Anatomy was ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because diversity is normal.
That's why she says she's not.
The universe is a very diverse freaking place.
Yep.
Anyway,
Full of lots of things.
full of all kinds of garbage, worthless
you and I can
space
disagree.
garbage. What?
But you and I can disagree.
On
It's
what?
fine. Nothing.
I'm agreeing with you.
I know. I was saying that I don't believe it. Don't
What?
believe it as a joke. It's fine.
It's going really
We're
well.
off to a good start here on Fiasconauts for June.
Mercury is retrograde, which
Oh Christ!
make communication interesting, not impossible, but it just give yourself a break. It started on Friday the 18th.
This is true, and it went into retrograde with 4 other planets, I think, that were already doing it.
This whole
So,
damn
yeah,
Earth has been in retrograde for 500 years. Actually, for about 20,000 years, I'd say we got off on the wrong foot. This planet.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah, humanity was a mistake.
It was a plague.
Yeah.
Well, what is it on the 24-hour clock?
Oh yeah, we're right there at the end. We're at the doomsday. We're like seconds away from midnight.
Well, no, but we're a blip in the universe, essentially. Like in terms of how long we've existed, and even the dinosaurs were not very long of that blip, too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think of it in terms of like this world has had 6 major mass extinctions, like basically restarts for a life as long as it's been in. So, when I'm restating things you guys probably know, but like when there's a habitable zone, when you're a certain distance from a certain type of star. So our Earth could essentially go through 3 or 4 more mass extinctions before it's gotten like the supreme life form that it wants. And so I always wonder if actually, like, were dinosaurs sentient? Like, did they know? Did they talk?
Yeah.
I
mean, have you seen Dinosaur?
That's what I'm saying. I watched Fred Savage's dinosaur special. It was excellent.
I hope that they were sentient because it makes it sadder that they all died from a meteor.
That's kind of where I'm at. I think that's one of the video games that PlayStation debuted as the trailer. Did you see that that's like a very teen angsty game? And did you get it?
Volcano High?
Yeah, there's basically dinosaurs right before the
right before the
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like sad and I don't know who I like and
yeah. Well, not to bring it back to the film Dinosaur, but that isn't it. It's like the meteor comes and then there's still some that survive. Like that's kind of the premise, right? Is that it's like the last few, and then it's actually. I mean, it makes it quite a bittersweet ending.
Do you mean Land Before Time?
No, I'm talking about.
There's a movie called Dinosaur.
I have no idea.
There's a ride of that movie.
Oh.
At Animal Kingdom? Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Dinotown, USA.
Huh?
I think it used to just
Actually,
be a dinosaur race to extinction ride or something, and then they just branded it dinosaur kind of half-assedly.
yeah, it's a good. I mean, now allegedly dinosaurs had feathers, so completely inaccurate visually, but
Yeah.
but
We can't rewrite history.
it's just imagining some of those creatures with feathers is fun.
It's frightening, actually. Frightening.
They're like giant chickens walking around.
Imagine the quill, like
Oh shit.
Jessica.
Oh no. Yeah, but I will say that at least I have not seen Dinosaur the film in a very long time, but I remember it having a very nice resonant emotional core. And it has the lemurs, because you know the lemurs have been around.
Yeah.
All the time. The lemurs and the what else? I mean, we know the cockroaches, but they're some other mammals.
Some kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
like a anteater type thing or something. Taper
Yeah.
or
The
something.
gastropods. Look it up. Look it up.
Mhm.
Look it up.
This month we're doing some kind of thing. Let me Alpha Complex,
Ew.
which is one of the pseudo-official playsets Ouse, the Billy Pulpit Games website, by someone named Dan Curtis Johnson.
Thanks, Dan. Salute you, Dan.
Yeah, good job, Dan, hopefully. Mary, do you want to read this, or Jess, do you want to read this?
Go for it, Mary.
I'll do it. I can do that. That is for sure.
Nice.
Okay. The score. The computer is your friend. Times are tough lately in the underground city of Alpha Complex. Communists, mutants, and secret society traitors are a constant threat, and it's starting to seem like maybe they're winning. Despite your friend the computer's assurances everything is getting better all the time, the opportunities for service firm advancement.
Service firm advancement?
I think it's the service. The opportunity for service firm advancement.
Aha.
I hate it. Let's start over. Let's choose a new fiasco.
No time.
God.
Dan? Sentence
Fail-
structure, Dan.
One ding, Dan.
Yeah. A- so far, Dan.
All right, okay. But now that I've got this, it's gonna be. I'm gonna.
It's not
nail
your
it.
fault. It's Dan's fault.
It's great. Despite your friend the computer's assurances everything is getting better all the time, the opportunities for service firm advancement are fewer and farther between, while the cost of your next replacement clone just keeps going up. What a sentence.
Relatable.
It's getting
Relatable.
there was a lot of comments. It's getting so an honest troubleshooter can't get ahead just by doing the job. Jeez Louise. Which is why you're a less than completely honest troubleshooter. Haha. Your secret society connections and your mutant power help you do well on your missions.
Oh,
You need to do really well on this next mission, or at least you need everyone else on your team to do really poorly. Poorly. End of sentence. I just expect the run-on sentence.
Yeah.
Then, nope,
It's the Dan classic.
classic. That dash had me. Anyway, poorly. You remember?
remember when you said you could do this?
Oh yeah, back when the dinosaurs were around. Oh man, the dinosaur would probably do this better. If they were cognizant. Anyway, you remember what you went through to rise up. I'm just gonna start now.
He betrayed you so many times. You're just gonna say word by word without
No trust from Dan anymore. You remember what you went through to rise up from infrared, in all caps, security clearance. No way are you going back. Your personal digital companion is giving directions to that sounded like Moira Rose.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it did.
Directions. This I should have read the whole thing.
David.
Moira.
To this morning's briefing room.
Briefing room. You don't know the mission yet. I get it. But you know exactly 3 things you'll have to do. Stay alert. Trust no one. Keep your laser handy. Movie night. Oh, sorry.
You don't need to read that. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that was the worst opener I've ever seen.
I loved it. I loved it.
There's way too much information. It's incoherent, and he like assumes the reader is of a higher than a 7th grade reader level. Like it's not good.
Well, anyway. Okay.
So I'm going first.
Well, we have to roll into dice.
Roll the dice.
Roll into dice. Okay. Wow, that's a shitty roll. Okay, there we go. Okay. So Jessica goes first. What she's gonna do is she's gonna take. Let me see here. We've got 1-1. Oh man, this didn't get better. 1-1, 4, 5 2s, 1 3, 2 4, 3 4s, 1 5, and 1 6. Pretty wild roll. So she has those numbers from which to select a big boy category for any of our relationships. So Jessica and Mary have a relationship. Mary and Ian have a relationship. Ian and Jessica have a relationship.
Gotcha.
Excuse me. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Okay, so relationships. Should you have done that? Shouldn't be doing this. Secret societies. Fun with cloning.
Always.
Mandatory bonus duties. I hate Dan. Past mission experiences.
Let's give Dan the benefit of the doubt, though. We're stuck with Dan's work for the next few minutes.
It's fine. I'm acting like I care. I don't. Past mission experiences. We have a lot of 2s, so let's take a look again what 2 is. Shouldn't be doing this. Reprogramming robots, getting deeper into debt. No, I don't even like that. Okay, should you have done that? Accidentally caused a reactor core meltdown, framed a high clearance citizen for treason. Secret societies. Let me see. Frankenstein destroyer. Okay, registered mutant. Sierra Club. What's the other ones? Fun with cloning.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
I don't know.
You having a hard day, Jess?
No. It all of a sudden got difficult.
Everything's going so well.
Okay, you and Mary. Oh wait, there's only 1 6. That's not a good idea.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, 1 6. I'm gonna give it to you and Mary. Past mission experiences.
Okay. I'm going to put it on the lower member of the pair, okay? Remember that I did that.
I got it.
Okay.
I got you.
And
all right. So now
worry not for the moment.
Okay.
So now Mary, you can either pick another big boy category or fill in our little boy category for your relationship and my relationship.
Gotcha.
But you don't have to do. You can do whatever you want.
And the other 2 relationships are you and me and Ian and me. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so, from the dice, it's the bigger categories. This is a great one for anyone who's learning along with me. So from the dice that have been riled, those numbers, you said, you have a bunch of 2s, so I could go to the 2 is shouldn't be doing this. But then within the 2, I can pick one of the numbers of the dice that have also a number. You only get 1. So you're either picking a big category right now, or you're filling in the little category for our big category. Awesome. Okay. And we're out of 6s. Out of 6s. No 6s. So we will not do those things. So with our I wanted to scroll that. But with past mission experiences, so this could be me picking the subcategory of our
you can choose anything but the 6.
Gotcha. At the time, every bot in the sector went crazy from a digital virus. That's intriguing.
Great.
Guarded a secret vehicle that maybe didn't. At time of food that got destroyed. You know, I don't know. I'm intrigued by the digital virus. It's actually
Okay.
quite terrifying and sadly relevant.
Alright. So, oh yeah, we should write these things down. So, Mary and Ian have a relationship, past mission experience, that time every bot in the sector went crazy from a digital virus. Every bot crazy digivirus. I'm writing it in shorthand. Okay, now it's my turn. You know I'm going with these fun with cloning.
Yeah, I'm excited by that.
I'm gonna give that to Jessica and Ian.
All right.
I'm intrigued by clones, Jessica.
I wonder why. I don't know what that is.
I
meant
don't.
to
What is
imply.
that? What is that supposed to be?
My turn now.
Yeah.
So now
So you could fill in the
one
baby
for me
category
and-
for us, or the big category for you and Mary.
Okay. Let me see the clones for just a moment. Options for clones are 1, shared mutant power, only works when you're near each other. 2 is current clone and accidentally prematurely activated next clone.
Yeah.
3, it's pretty funny. Different clone lines that coincidentally question mark look almost identical. 4, one of you can easily afford a new clone, the other cannot. 5, a memo max upload accident swap some of your memories. And 6, we can't choose. You both were recently decanted from a cut rate discount bank. Yikes. I think I'm gonna go with I think we go with 2 with fun with cloning for you and I.
I had a
Ian.
feeling. Current clone and prematurely activated next clone.
This is a good. I make note of this, but it does not.
You'll as we go through the scenes, these things will inform your choices, but just because the world is filling out. It is helpful. Like I like to write it out so I can remember what everything's going on.
Yeah, normally when we're playing it in person, we'd have like index cards that say the stuff laid out on the table so you could like quickly look and see. So in this one, we've all just got to write down everything. Okay, Mary, your turn. We have no 6s and no 1s.
Okay.
And 1 3 and 1 2 4s, 1 5. So you and Jess need a big category.
All right.
So we don't have 1s.
No 1s. Okay. I shouldn't be doing this. Reprogramming. Secret societies. And then we don't have what? There's 2, 3.
We have
5 and 4.
2 3 4 5. Yeah.
Okay. 5 mandatory bonus duties. I'm gonna back to 2 or 3. How about the shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So J and M relationship shouldn't be doing this. Okay, and then now it's my turn and I fill in your shouldn't be doing this. So can't pick reprogramming rogue bots to attack your rivals, though that is very zesty. Lying to int-sec to send rivals to enhanced interrogation. So like lying to the cops to get people brainwashed, sounds like. Holding multi-quarter evidence of someone else's major treason. Anonymously selling questionable items on eBay. Getting deeper into debt from treasonous gambling. And then we can't do quote-unquote borrowing someone else's identity for occasional hacking, which is a bummer because that one sounds fun.
That is a good one.
Man, number 1 sounds dope too. Let's see. Selling questionable items on eBay sounds kind of cute. What do you
That's
think?
fun.
Okay. So, anonymously selling questionable items on eBay. Okay. So now we move on, and Jess can pick a need, a location, or an object, big category. Which would you like to begin with, Jessica?
Let's do needs. Let's look at needs.
All right.
To get revenge, to learn the truth, to gain respect, to find happiness, to finally escape, to get rich.
No, to get away. That's strike 2, Dan. Even though it's a shitty need. Yeah,
It is.
up to a B, B plus maybe. All right, so let's see here. We've got still 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do 2 to learn the truth. For Mary and Ion.
Okay. So Mary and I have a need to learn the truth. All right. So,
Object and location now.
well, Mary, you could fill in that need right now if you want. Or we can jump to location or object. The new important thing to note is that whatever we save for last is a wild die. So we get one wild die that can fill in anything from any of the 3 subcategories for our need, our location, or our object. Can't wild a main category, but you can wild a subcategory.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
What
so
number
you can,
do you have left? Oh yeah.
What? Sorry, what?
Which numbers we have left? Or
2, 3, 4, 5. And you can fill in the need, or we can skip down to locations and objects if you want.
I'm eyeing 5 about one of your previous missions. Well, so our past experience? Well, we do have past mission.
Yeah. Where every bot went crazy from that digital virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayo. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna go for that.
What is it?
That
Which
we
one?
want to learn the truth about one of our previous missions.
Okay.
Yep, love that.
About previous mission. All right. That's a 5. So Mary and I are filled out. So now it's my turn, and I am going to zip on down. I like objects. I'm going to look at the objects. So we've got treasonous, transportation, weapon, mutation, high clearance, and experimental. I can only do 2, 3, and 4, which are transportation, weapon, and mutation. You know I'm looking at these mutations.
Oh, that's interesting, especially for us.
Yeah, I'm going to give the clones mutation. That's Jess and me, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a mutation object. But I mean, in this case, it's just a physical mutation. All right. So Jess, you can fill in that mutation, or we can save it for a wild, and you can look at the locations or whatever.
I'm just gonna be on the nose with this and choose hypersenses.
Okay. So we've got hyper senses.
I mean, I like telekinesis, but I want to go with.
That's
You know, 'cause I'm-
telekinesis, Kyle. How about the power to move you? Whose turn is it? Mary. All right. Zipping up to location. All right. So you've got a 2 or a 2. So we're doing PLC, whatever the hell that is. So your turn is kind of automatic. That doesn't happen very often.
And
Okay,
yes,
wait, should we go back and make us telekinesis then?
Or we could save it for, I mean, whatever. It's just how it goes.
I like hypersensitive. I mean, it's
What's-
not.
I got
What does PLC mean?
Bop, 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 bop.
That must be it.
Can't think of anything more clever than sounds.
So yeah. So Jess and Mary have the 2, but that was a gimme. So Mary, why don't you take the wild and you can pick?
Programmable logic controller.
Huh. We'll read through all the locations too, because it's generally helpful anyway. But Mary, you can pick whatever one of these you want
Okay. Okay.
for you and Jess.
Empty warehouse that was supposed to be full of something.
You can read them out loud. They're audio listeners too.
Hey, Rainy. I'm getting into my sounds and we haven't even started. Okay. Empty warehouse that was supposed to be full of something.
Oh.
Overworked hot fun facility. Distribution center operated by hundreds of scary fast bots. Mission equipment supply counter with surly, incompetent staff. Break room filled with competing vendobots. Recycling compactor guaranteed to accept almost anything.
Oh.
And we sell questionable items on eBay, so that might be something to think about too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The recycling compactor offers all kinds of opportunities.
But I love the idea that we were supposed to have a warehouse full of something that's not there anymore.
Oh yeah.
And who's to say that the recycling compactor might?
Yeah, it could still come into play.
It sure can.
That's true. Yeah. Competing vendo bots. It was I was intrigued by the warehouse, the break room with the vendo bots.
Great.
That seemed intense. And the recycling compactor.
Go with your gut. Something fun.
I mean, I'm assuming vendo bots are vending machines that are slightly more exciting.
Yes.
I guess,
think that's
yeah.
right.
Do they have
That's
souls?
right.
That's the question.
They may not be that exciting.
Yeah, the break room could be the break room of the empty warehouse. Now I'm just starting to get real crazy.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm gonna go with the empty warehouse.
Okay. Empty warehouse that was supposed to be full of something. I like that. All right.
This is just a very detailed world that he expects people to just fully comprehend.
I mean, I like it. It's you got details and you can just kind of springboard from there. I'll read through all these locations though, and maybe the objects because it might give us more to go
Context.
on. Research and design, weapons laboratory budgeted as medical research, new kind of reactor center, Project Infinite Hole, which quote unquote might go down quote unquote forever, chamber packed with glass tubing full of experimental drugs, heavy sealed blast door, warning, do not open ever. Brightly lit prototype demonstration theater.
Ew.
PLC we read. Central processing unit. Rows and rows of file cabinets containing billions of note cards. Local coaching sub comp node 6134. Oh, caching sub. Sorry. The exciting world of data modification museum. Central switching hub for pneumatic tube communication system, very Brazil. Vast cube farm of customer support techs on headsets. Gigantic printer for bulk generating official forms. Armed forces. Indoor artillery range, survival optical cores, parade marching field with bleacher seating for 10,000. Railgun turret supposedly aimed at Beta Complex. There's a Beta Complex.
What does
Another
Beta Complex mean?
This city is an underground city called Alpha Complex.
Oh, thank you. You were remembering better.
Fuel and ammo depot with way too much of both. Secure armored barracks for elite Vulture Squadron warriors. HPD and mind control. Hallway with no functioning cameras. Oh. New set for the Tila O'Malley show. Private suite of a much higher clearance citizen. Infrared clearance cafeteria. Storage facility for effects of dead citizens awaiting new clones. New construction at the top or bottom level of this sector. Internal security. Why are you doing? Enhanced interrogation chamber with seating for 2 subjects. Mobile confession booth follows citizens who look troubled. That's funny. Monitor control room with hundreds of screens. Data warehouse for cold cases and long-term archives. Blue clearance IntSec officers locker room. A completely silent pitch black room. And a bunch of objects, whatever. We'll just make them up.
Yeah, that was helpful to kind of get like a little bit.
The beta complex.
Yeah, the beta complex is interesting.
Is it like District 13?
It very well could be. That's kind of what I'm getting.
Oh, is this like a spin-off of Paranoia? I've heard of that game. Oh, hey, there's a glossary. This is important. The computer. Trust the computer. The computer is your friend. Alpha Complex is the computer's underground city of the future, under constant threat from a variety of real and imagined enemies. Service groups, 8 sprawling bureaucracies that administer every institution, object, person, and abstract idea in the Alpha Complex, including Armed Forces, Central Processing Unit, Housing, Preservation and Development, and Mind Control, Internal Security, or IntSec, Power Services, Production, Logistics, and Commissary, which is PLC.
We learned it.
So that's like the commissary is like the dining room, right?
Yeah.
Research and design. The commissary?
Will you meet me down at the commissary?
Technical services. The service groups subcontract most duties to a wide range of for-profit service firms. Security clearance, a measure of how much the computer trusts a citizen and nothing else.
Whoa.
Clearance is no indication of competence or experience. Society is organized based on an unbreakable hierarchy of color-coded clearances. Infrared is lowest, then red, the starting rank of new troubleshooters. Orange, and so on up the spectrum to violet, executives, and the mysterious ultraviolet high programmers. Citizens generally wear clothing of their clearance color. Infrareds wear black, high programmers wear white. Troubleshooters are the computer's elite service unit charged with maintaining good order and hunting traitors. So they're Blade Runners, including unregistered mutants and members of secret societies. Treasonous rumors suggest many troubleshooters are themselves mutants and members of secret societies.
Interesting.
Secret societies, illicit organizations that provide the main means of social advancement through all, though all are technically illegal. Different societies enjoy varying degrees of tolerance. Benign Class A groups include the many feuding sects of the First Church of Christ Computer Programmer.
Jesus.
That's a riff on the First Church of Jesus Christ, Scientist, I think. The more suspect Class B organizations like Frankenstein Destroyers, who are the anti-bot fanatics. We saw that earlier. And Corporate Metal, devotees to liberty for all bots. And the much feared Class C societies like the Communists and the terrorist army Purge. Clones. Citizens are grown in technical services clone tanks, which is much less messy and disgusting than the old way. At decanting, a new citizen, the Prime, is granted 5 clone backup bodies and may purchase more. If the citizen dies, the latest Memo Max recording of his or her memories is placed into the brain of a backup body. Technical services advises citizens not to think hard about it.
Altered carbon.
Yeah, altered carbon, yeah. The Underplex, a fragmentary network of abandoned corridors, rooms, and entire subsectors that surrounds and interpenetrates the inhabited portions of Alpha Complex. Any random wall or bulkhead might conceal an Underplex entrance. Man, this is a cool world. I'm into this. Seabay is the largest authorized auction site on AlphaNet. Gray subnets are unlicensed illicit data networks, and infrared markets are illegal black markets.
This is very complex.
We can just, learn it and forget it. It's like acting school.
It's actually not a complaint. I'm just saying it's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm into it. All right. These are no longer numbers. They're just colors. And so now we have to come up with who our characters are. So Jessica and I have a fun with clones relationship where one of us is the current clone and the other one is a premature activation of the next clone while the current clone is still alive. And we both have hypersenses.
And I'm just a normal human.
Yeah. Jessica, what is you and Mary's relationship?
Mary and me's shouldn't be doing the thing, and we're anonymously selling questionable items on eBay, and our location is an empty warehouse full of something that should have been there that isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Something
And then
like that.
Mary, what is your and my relationship?
So we have had past mission experiences, the most intense of which every bot in the sector went crazy from a digital virus.
Those pesky digital viruses.
Got a dark past.
And we have
you guys have a need to.
Oh yeah, to learn the truth about it.
That previous mission.
Why virus?
Why?
Why?
Why digital virus? Why?
Hey.
Okay. Well, you could come up with a name. Now we have to come up with names and who our characters are, more or less. Choo choo choo. Well, here's the thing. Jess and we have to collab on this because we're clones.
So technically, your relationship with Mary is also mine in a weird way, depending on, you know what I mean?
Well, it depends on which one of us. Oh, I guess that has to mean I'm the current clone because I've been around long enough to have been on previous missions.
I think that's right.
Mhm.
But I still have that memory of it.
Yes, because you have the memories you have my memories up to the point you were awakened, and then they diverge.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it's possible Mary's character doesn't know that I'm not, there isn't two of us.
Right. And we have hypersenses like the Sentinel from UPN. You remember that show?
Oh.
It was probably not very good.
I know none of these references except for like Blade Runner, and that's about it.
Have you seen Brazil?
I actually need to watch it. I watched it as a kid, but
it's depressing.
Yeah. And pretty freaky.
Yeah.
The plastic surgery.
Peter Sellers, right?
No. Jonathan Pierce. Pierce?
Yeah,
Price?
and it's Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam directed it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pierce? Price? Jonathan Price. And Ian Holm is in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and
that lady. Whatever. There's a couple of ladies in it.
There's some ladies. It's amazing.
Robert De Niro's in there.
Now. We let the girls in the movies.
They do some fun things in the
They
film.
do some fun things. You know, half the time we just told them the camera was rolling and it wasn't.
I do Snortle when I'm laughing sometimes.
It's adorable.
Snortle, that's a good starting Pokemon.
Snortle.
Snortle.
You guys see that new Pokemon Snap coming to the Switch?
I just do. Are we really gonna play it?
I'm gonna play it because we're gonna live stream it. One of the best live streams we've ever done, group streams, was Pokemon Snap. That game is delightful.
But it gets old after.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like a 2-hour game. So
yeah,
like it was an amazing group stream, and I cherish those memories. But I haven't played it again because I feel like I got the experience.
I wonder if they'll make it Animal Crossing-esque.
Yeah.
If you can find a way to recreate the interplay. Let's see. So
you want to be?
What's your name?
Well, you want to be boys or girls, Jess?
Oh,
Or like
I had a hit that we were women.
genderqueer.
Oh,
Women's.
I don't know that I probably shouldn't play genderqueer because that's not something I align with.
It's called acting.
All right, fine. I'm fucking scarjoing it. We could be they them. We could be they them.
Oh, we could be women if that was your whatever.
I don't really. I'm not leaning any direction.
All right, we could just be women. That's easier
Okay.
for both of us.
Okay.
Let's be. What do you want to be called?
Yeah.
I just had a.
What?
I just
Tell
had a
me.
funny idea that, well, whatever our name is, like if our name is like, Sam or whatever, one of us should be Sam A and the other one should be Sam 1. Because like we couldn't decide who's
the
B,
prime?
Right,
who
yeah.
was B or 2,
That is cute.
Futurama.
That is really cute.
I'm feeling Billy,
Billy. Okay.
but like with an I.
Yeah. Like Billy Billie.
Or
I
like,
left off the E because
I-
we're in a future hellscape. I left off
That's
the
right.
E.
That's
But
right.
I'm Billy A. And you can be Billy B or Billy 1.
Billy.
Bill 1.
Well,
Whoa.
is this the first time we've died? Or is like, have you been? Are you like?
Oh, right. Is it the because there's the memory factor, right? Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
contributing.
No, you got it.
Oh no, it's a group effort.
It is.
Yeah, so I would say like, well, maybe I don't know if I'm the initial clone, or not.
Because like that would also maybe dictate my name, especially because you'd be like, no, you're not Billy, I'm Billy. And
Yeah, was Billy born from a lady's?
Well, it's
You know
it's
what?
weird because the way that it's outlined in the thing, it says you get an initial clone when you go there, and I didn't know if that meant they just put you in a clone automatically or if you're still a birthed humanoid.
you have 5 clones that like 5 backup clones. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Since I started off, I'm going to start it off from like the moment my clone awakens, so we can
okay.
maybe have the scene where we figure out the name or something.
That
who knows?
sounds fun.
Right.
Okay, so we've got our thing figured out.
Do you have any hits on your name, Mare?
Yeah, well, I have I have a few thoughts, and I don't know if I'm jumping the gun. So if I start saying stuff that you're like, no, you're telling too much of the story.
Great.
But I am intrigued about this digital virus and the fact that you were prematurely cloned, and if there's a correlation between the virus and the premature cloning.
Oh,
It's very possible. Yeah, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself with the story, but that doesn't mean that
that's like
a driving factor for you.
good background. Yeah.
It's intriguing to me.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if with Billy, so we clearly have a previous relationship.
Yeah, we've worked together.
Yeah. So.
And I guess we're all troubleshooters, which are like vigilante Blade Runners.
Yeah, kind of Blade Runners, I think.
We do the wet work for the computer. We like troubleshoot whenever there's someone making trouble down at the bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or a secret society or what have you.
So a little vigilante, little.
We're probably not great people.
Yeah. And that's my. But every bot in the sector went crazy from a mission.
I think the fact that there's what color are the troubleshooters? Do we know what citizens we are?
We're higher than infrared because in the intro it said that we made it above infrared.
So we're red.
Yeah, or orange or whatever. I
keep wondering if I get like this. I keep probably am jumping the gun, but I keep wondering about if the virus is part of what made us troubleshooters, or were we troubleshooters? Like, was that part of our job?
You were probably. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Figuring out the structure of the society, like, is it like,
we could have been troubleshooters on a job where the robots all went crazy, or we could have been infrared normal citizens who then saw this thing and decided, let's try to raise up in the ranks and be troubleshooters. Who's to say? Maybe one of us is one and the other is the other.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling, Mary, that your name is like Palette or
No, I was 100% going for like a very like
color
Like Newt?
spectrum thing or something.
yeah, like cuz it like Zed was the thing that came into my head.
That's
Pretty
great.
fun. It's pretty great.
Zed.
Zed is good. Are
Great.
you male or female or other?
I am female, but
Okay.
because of my broad shoulders, I am often mistaken when I'm hooded.
This could be a very androgynous.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does. I posit that this world has
Post-gender.
has read beyond the gender binary, which
I like
I'm
that.
about to read. I'm very excited to
They've got some things going for themselves.
read. Yeah. You can't
Well,
wait.
That's what
That's
all
what I-
dystopias.
That's what I love about cyberpunk dystopias is like there's so much other shit going on that you can't worry about petty stuff like race and gender. You're just like, I gotta sell these microchips so I can feed my drug children with motorcycle parts for arms tonight.
The usual.
All right. Well, Billy A, Billy 1 or whatever, and Zed will be right back in Act 1 right after this.
Fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts, fiasco fiasco nuts. So we open up on a
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Let's just call it.
Can we
done.
do a fiasco or we don't do a fiasco? Can it
Yeah.
just be- we're
That was amazing.
it turns into a fast and loose.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, we sure can.
Oh God, we're an hour and a half and we're just
56 minutes. It's not. It's among the longer setups. Maybe one of the longest. But
okay.
now we'll just have a bunch of breezy 3-minute scenes and get right out of here.
Great. So we I'm trying to Amanda Troop this. We open on a misty room, a large like warehouse-esque but futuristic-esque basement-esque like harvesting center.
Yeah, the cloning vats. Yeah.
And like basically imagine like all the like the matrix,
Yeah.
like and
Pods.
pods, and there's a lot of fog that someone's really working the fog machine, and and up opens and even more fog, a lot of dry ice happening, and my character or the clone wakes up and doesn't know where it is or why. But they do, but the clones do start with oh god, this is wrong.
Well, a middle manager walks over with a clipboard and looks at you as you're like naked in this vat covered in gel. And he looks at the clipboard, he flips the page up, puts it back down, flips the page up again, puts it back down. And then he turns and he goes, Vinny, this is supposed to be 7532. This is 7531. And then Vinny like shouts something from way down the hallway that we don't hear. And he goes, what? But I left my gun in the office. All right,
I just start
kid.
running when I hear the word gun. Like,
Yeah.
um,
And then the guy's just like, I was gonna let her go anyway.
I'm trying to think of if I've been downloaded with information about my life yet.
Well,
or-
you'd have, according to the lore, you'd have my life's memories up until the point that you woke up.
but it would have to be downloaded. So I guess that's got.
It's-
It must just be an automatic thing.
Continually, writing probably. You're like
yeah.
dreaming my life or something.
Oh.
So like where we live and have all our friends and stuff.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So I think I'm confused because I don't remember dying. I don't understand why I woke up out of this cryogenic thing or whatever. I am naked, but it is nighttime, so I like get out of the building and I try to orient myself to figure out where I am, and in order to head home.
And I imagine since it's an underground city, like it's buildings and then like weird thoroughfares and maybe like layers, like they have like overhangs and stuff, so you can like look down and it's like this massive city, right? That like goes up and down. It's like vertical.
Very Fifth Element.
Yeah, very Fifth Element, like a vertical city.
Sure, you're totally right. Oh, I could be on like a large walkway right now.
Yeah.
Bridging to like buildings or something. And that probably makes it all the more complex. And it taking a page from Fifth Element's book, a security vehicle drives by and notices a naked woman is on the bridge. Scene.
See, okay.
I like it. Cold open.
I love it.
Totally.
The lights beam up.
I can see it perfectly.
That's probably a black die, right?
Did I get what I wanted? I didn't die.
Well, you got out of there. They didn't shoot you.
Yeah.
So then in Act 1, you give this away to somebody.
I could give it to you, Ian, but really, Mary did an excellent job off screen. So
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we've given Mary a perfect example of what a scene isn't for her first game of Fiasco. Her first scene starts now.
Fuck you, dude.
Well, it's a good example of that a scene can be anything you want. Jess has this narrative that I'm constantly antagonizing her, but I don't mean to.
Disprove me, internet.
Oh boy. All right, what's Zed up to?
So, Zed, we're opening on Zed's very cluttered, messy office. If you can call it an office. It's her living space, a one-bedroom, piles of books, which are unusual. This is not a regular sight that we see. A lot of very anachronistic imagery. We see screens next to actual paperwork, some old clunky computers that we might recognize from the 90s. And she is asleep at her desk using one of the old PCs as a pillow.
Today's thermodynamic temperature control in Alpha City will make sure that you'll be able to maintain a perfect 99.9 degree for your body. You're hearing this like radio.
Yeah, the radio just droning on.
It's funneled. It's very 1984 in the sense like everyone's hearing the same exact thing. You really don't have a choice if this is playing right now. But it knows you're not listening, so it like sends a blaring sound like "Wake up!"
yeah. And from that, Zed is suddenly thrust awake, banging her head on the PC, knocking over some sort of coffee-esque thing, which is clearly not coffee.
Kafka-esque.
Yeah. Kafka goop.
Yeah.
It knocks to the floor, drips down in a very unpleasant way.
And you hear like at your door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coughs, very groggy, looks at the clock. It's 3 a.m. What the fuck? Who's there?
Hey, it's the police.
I'm sorry.
It's the police. Do you know a Billy? Open up the door.
She
We
is
know.
frozen with recognition at the name Billy. She grabs a fork, her only known weapon, on her desk, kind of slips it on her side.
Open the damn door. We can
I'm
open
coming.
without a warrant. That's what happens in the future.
All right.
Why did you say that, Charlie? It's
I
the
just-
present.
I mean, I just sometimes I feel like we're in a movie, you know?
I feel that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these fucking idiots. She hears this whole ridiculous conversation going on. She is clearly the coolest cat in the room. And
Yeah,
she
open
is
up.
so-
Open up.
All right, I'm coming. Jeez. So she kind of stumbles over, knocking over more papers. Finally gets to the door, unlocks about 10 different locks. Some digital ones. Access granted.
To leave.
And the door then slowly opens.
And you see my character draped in like a very oversized police outfit with Charlie and Tim, the cops.
Yeah, hello, good evening, ma'am. We found this person. They say that they're your coworker, your partner. They seem to have woken up as a clone, which means that the initial clone must be dead. So she wanted to come here. You were her first, list. There's no next of kin, and you're her friend, apparently. I don't know. Here, take it.
What? Sorry,
They just
what?
throw her in the room, and the cops have a good night. They
Oh,
leave. Insect
She's a
leave.
tall, broad woman, isn't she?
Yeah, Charlie.
Did you notice that she was taller than most?
It caught my eye. Yeah.
I mean, it dwarfed you.
Well, I'm very short, Charlie.
You're also Jimmy Stewart, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
We've reverted back to a lot of old-timey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transatlanticism.
That's how people talk in the future.
yes.
It's like a retro movement.
Yeah, it just comes back around.
Yeah. A bunch of all of the movies post that era got somehow deleted, but so the only
Yeah.
thing that they've been able to watch is
Want the moon, Mary? I'll grab the moon for you.
Yeah,
Grab the moon for it's in Frank's house and in Jimmy's house.
God, It's a Wonderful Life is the only film.
That's the only movie. Well, Clarence.
Every time a bell rings.
Every house has a bell. It's really
It's
Yeah.
a whole society is modeled.
Based on it's the only movie that survived the cataclysm. And no one really likes it, but it's all we've got.
So my character stumbles in
Yeah.
to your apartment and just heads for the fridge.
For the fridge. Billy, I haven't seen you in it. Are you okay? I know we haven't spoken since the incident, but you don't look good. You seem. That's all of my milk.
I'm so thirsty.
I can see that.
What was I doing an hour ago? 30 minutes ago? I don't
know. You have to tell me, Billy. I haven't seen you in months.
Are you serious? I just saw you yesterday.
No, I haven't seen you since the virus.
We solved that problem.
What?
We
Who are
rolled it
you?
off. It's just there's a glitch.
Yes, that was months ago, and
Oh,
And they-
God, can I lay down, please?
sure, Billy. But are you experiencing
memory loss. I mean,
Don't act like you care.
well, I do care. I cared a lot about you until you disappeared.
I didn't disappear. I saw you yesterday.
All right.
Do you have milk? Do you have milk?
You just drank all of it.
Can you go
Two
get some
part-
milk?
Black dye.
All right, I'll see what I have in that.
No, I need you to go get some milk. There's something like it's just like I'm at a
No,
deficit.
Bill, you didn't drink the milk.
What? I just drank some milk.
That was not milk. Oh, jeez. The bathroom's in the...
Scene. Just pukes in the bathroom. All right, so you give that die to someone, whoever you want. Usually someone who's in the scene with you.
All right. I shall bequeath it upon Jessica.
Ooh,
Okay.
I take it.
Okay. Now it's my scene. So
I can hear you. I've just decided I need whiskey.
So it's the next morning. Billy A, the original Billy, wakes up in her bed, hungover, and there's an email, or like the computer system has sent a message on my computer terminal that says adjusting to life as a newly awakened clone, because they would expect the clone to go to their house and see this thing and the forms you have to fill out and stuff. And then I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? No.
You check to see if it's like misaddressed.
Yeah. It's like, this is, no. Okay. Well, there's been some kind of a, I get on the phone.
Bring.
Hello?
My baby, what happened?
Nothing happened. I'm fine.
Billy, you just can't be so unsafe with your clothes.
No.
You only have so much and you're not rich. And
Grandma,
what happened?
there's been a mistake. I didn't
How
die.
could you not call me the first?
I didn't die. I was just, I'm fine.
It's a
There must
very
be
traumatic thing to be a clone.
Well, I know, but
Your
I'm
mama
not.
wants to take care of you. You come over here right now and I'll make you some warm milk.
Grandma, I didn't die. I'm okay. I'm
I'm
not a
your
clone.
mother.
What?
I'm your mother.
No, you're not. Take your pills.
Oh, you're right.
Look, I'm okay. Don't worry.
Right.
There's a knock on his door.
Okay, I go over. Grandma, I gotta go.
You should have told me that you died.
I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, bye. I open the door.
It's Bill 1, and Zed.
What the
Bill-
fuck?
Yeah. This is definitely not what I expected.
Well, me neither. Good to see you, Zed. Billy. Number 2. Well, come on in. It's your house too, I guess. I got a message that I'd been awakened as a clone. Starting to make a little more sense now and a lot less sense kind of at the same time.
What are you doing?
Why
did they wake you up?
No, you've been awakened. I fell asleep in my bed last night.
That doesn't make sense. Apparently, there's a whole month missing. I'm missing a whole month. The last thing I remember is June 1st, and now it's August 3rd. It's August 13th. What's happening?
What's the last thing you remember?
I remember that we were submitting the paper on the mission that Zed and I had been on about the virus with the electronic system, and just saying that it was a normal routine everyday glitch. And
Billy A pulls you both in and shuts the door. Don't talk about that in the open. Listen, Zed. Billy 2. I've been looking into this. I don't think that digital virus was a mistake. I've been doing some research. Things look a little hairy on that. I'm sorry I went off the grid, Zed. It was for your protection. Pretty sure I was being followed. I don't know. Things got weird. But yeah, I think that was a setup. I think they were trying to take us out, or they were trying to wipe out that sector. I don't know. But somebody put those viruses in those teddy bear robots that killed all those people.
Well, of course someone put a virus into a robot. Listen, I'm a little overwhelmed by the fact that I'm looking at a pure carbon copy of myself, so we'll deal
Well,
with that
you're
in
the
a moment.
copy of me, to be clear.
Stem cells are stem cells. So
Well,
what I'm really trying to wrap my head around here is, of course, as troubleshooters, we know that viruses are put there by malintended people, but that's our job, is to get rid of it. What are you suggesting, that the alpha, ultraviolet people in the higher class are actually trying to sabotage the lower class?
well, you said that you don't have any memories after that. Why would they stop my memo recording?
I was assuming that maybe you did yourself off the grid, maybe.
Not on purpose. I don't want to lose time. If I die, I want all my memories.
Yeah,
So
this
wait a
all
minute.
seems- Yes.
Well, maybe I'm thinking what you're thinking. This seems like if they turned off my recording and they woke up my clone without my memories, maybe I'm supposed to be, I don't even want to say it. Maybe someone was going to bump me off last night.
Yeah. Where were you last night?
I was at the bar. Same as
Typical.
most nights, yeah. But
Well, obviously a lot has transpired from June 1st until now, August 13th, I guess, as it is.
Zed seems to be upset with us.
Zed, are you all right?
Well, I'm going to call you Bill 1 because
We're both Billy.
Look, I can
I'm-
be Billy A, and you can be Billy 1.
But
Then
I'm
we're
name
both-
is Billy.
Well, yeah, we're both equal then. It's A and 1. It's tied,
yeah, I think I'm going to stick with A and 1. Plus, that gives me more of a clean slate with you, Billy A, because you really did disappear. We were really on the verge of, I think, uncovering something, and the least you could have done was let me know that you were going to go and do your own separate research.
You're right.
I've been doing fine, but on the assumption that you had completely disappeared from, I don't even know. You could have gone to the beta complex for all I knew.
I mean, I would never go to the beta complex.
Yeah, well,
But you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have vanished like that.
well, I'm glad you're okay. As much as I
Am I? I don't
Well,
know.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get killed last night. Whatever it is, we clearly have a dilemma here because there are now 2 of you, and one of you is supposed to be dead, and presumably the one that has
More
been living.
memories. So I'm curious, is there something I know that they don't want me to know?
I
They
start
stopped-
walking over to the fridge and looking for your milk.
You don't have any non-milk products, if you know what I mean, in the fridge.
No, I think I drank most of that already. Yeah.
Bill 1 or 1, I'm just going to call him 1. They don't seem to have a very good distinction of taste. I guess that might be a new clone thing. I don't know.
I think it takes a minute. Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's late. Let's hunker down and start to see what we can figure out. I think tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a day.
Yeah. think it's best if we all stick together.
Yeah.
She's pouring milk down her front.
Ah, shit.
Welcome to the future.
Why'd you say that? See?
The clone ad campaign.
Yeah. Welcome to the future. Your future. The future of cloning. I gave myself a white die because it didn't seem like that was terrible. I learned some stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Gotta give that to Zed for disappearing on you. Okay. Now it's back around to Jessica.
Some time has passed. And we've reconciled with the fact that there's two of us. We've figured that I would have to make my own way, make some money, and Zed has kindly helped pitied me and taken me under her wing to kind of start getting my own semblance of a life, if you're really if you want to go like searching through the refuse, you might find some old computer parts that you can potentially salvage on eBay. And so I'm currently like the bag ladying it up because I can't take your identity, without that being questionable.
Yeah.
So it's like, a few days later, I'm like rustling. I don't know. It's maybe a couple of weeks later. I'm starting to rustle. I'm at a trash yard trying to find computer parts to sell. And all of a sudden, I find a disc, like a very small CD-ROM disc, that it reminds me of something that I can't place my finger on. Like, oh, that's important, but I don't know why. But I put it in like a keep pocket, like not sell pocket. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't know what
all these seeds by themselves. So you're down by the junkyard, you said?
Yeah. So she collects the stuff. She gets stuff from the trash. She goes to Bill A's apartment and knocks on the door.
I open the door. Hey, come on in.
Okay, I know that only under certain circumstances. I know that you don't.
Just fast.
No,
fast.
I know. I have a feeling you don't want to see me, but I feel like is this important to us?
Where'd you get that?
It was in the trash.
Let me see it.
Wait, I found it.
Come in. Shut the door. Billy A takes it and takes it to a computer, unplugs the computer's like networking cables, and I turn to Bill. I'm like, can't be traced, Put the disc in, and we boot it up, and like we both like we're clones, so we both like hunch over the monitor in exactly the same way. We're like both like really curious, and it's a dossier of everyone who was killed in that robot uprising that happened. And we noticed that Billy and Zed's names are on the list as victims. Well, shit, Bill. That's us. That's us right there on the list. These are all the people who died in the robot malfunction, the incident.
But we didn't die.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, I think I've got continuity of life. I don't think I died.
Does this make me the alpha?
Absolutely not. It does not.
Who's to say that I'm not?
Me. I am.
But I'm me.
Yeah, but you're missing like 2 months of memory, and I'm not.
That doesn't make me inferior.
No, it just makes you special. You don't have that 2 depressing months of research and drinking, and I do.
Okay, so let's just say that you were supposed to die on the night that I was awoken.
Right.
How come
Or
they
the last
haven't
night you
tried to-
remember.
Well, okay.
They woke you up 2
Why?
months later for some reason. I don't know why.
Why haven't they tried to kill you since then?
Yeah. Either.
And what did you really learn?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know anything that Zed doesn't know, to my knowledge.
Zed is not very nice.
Zed's mad at us. Well, me.
I know. I mean, Zed did help me. It seemed like Zed forgave me a little bit quicker than she's interested in forgiving you, because she helped me find a job and we sell things on eBay together. And our screen name, our shared screen name is CY say so.
That's a. I mean, Zed has no reason to be mad at you because you
Right.
didn't exist until 3 weeks ago.
I've
when-
always existed in a vat.
Well, you were growing in a vat and downloading my memories up until a few months ago when they stopped recording the memories to you and then woke you up for some
You
reason.
always keep on bringing that up. You always make it sound like I just didn't even, I didn't ask to be born. This was my fault.
And just then, Bill One's watch device, wristband like thing starts to light up and make a noise.
You got a
alerting
call.
them of an item that has been
Oh,
bid upon on eBay.
what is that? What is that? What is that?
Nothing.
What is it?
Nothing.
You don't have to keep secrets from me. I'm you.
I gotta go.
Okay. See? You made a sale. That seems like good news.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great.
Who you want to give that to?
It's your scene, bud.
It's
Was it
your
my
scene.
scene?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
No, it's Mary's scene.
You're really killing it with the sounds today.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's great.
My missed opportunity as a Foley artist.
Who would have known?
Who knew?
Not until you joined Fiasconauts.
Time yet. All right. So we are we find Zed at a sad excuse for a coffee shop. Whatever this murky brown stuff is that everyone now consumes that must somehow keep them awake and alert more than if they didn't drink it. It's pretty sparse. She's sitting in the corner with a combination of a literal book and a pad. So again, we've got the tech and the
Analog.
the analog. And suddenly her wristwatch thingamajig that is the same. Precise. And she checks it. Huh. All right. She's clearly not the most tech savvy. How do you turn this fucking thing?
Ma'am, can you please silence your watch?
I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me. Oh, for fuck's sake. She finally rips it off. Almost completely smashes it, but then realizes it's too important to have.
Just push the button on the side, ma'am. Just the side button.
I'm sorry. Would you do it, sir?
Beep.
Thank you.
You're
Opens
welcome.
it up. Then, of course, she presses a button that then projects.
Oh my god.
And you see the auction item rotating in like a classic projection
Yeah.
auction item.
The guy next to you notices it and like notices that it's like not something kosher to be selling on
Yeah.
CNET.
She quickly go back. Choo!
goes back in.
You have sold. You have sold. You have sold.
Thanks so much. Fucking technology.
Hey, lady, can you just wipe my fingerprint off the side of your watch? Just do me a favor, you know. It's none of my business. I just don't want to get mixed up in anything again, you know. Thanks.
Sir. So sorry about that.
The dude gets up and leaves.
More or less a lot of odd stares from most of the other occupants, a few of which do decide that it's time to depart. So from that information, she then takes out her notebook and writes down the information that she is getting from her technology about this sale. And even though it is something that is questionable to others, it doesn't seem like something that's totally unexpected in her realm of work. So she's taking that down. And then
Billy A walks into the coffee shop, sits down across from Zed. Hey, Zed, I just spoke with Billy 1, and she brought me something pretty interesting. And then I guess you guys sold something, so she acted all weird and left. I don't know. So I don't know where she went. But she brought me a disc from the junkyard with a bunch of names on it that are all the people who died in the digital virus incident. And your name and my name are also on the list.
What?
Which I thought was strange.
Yes, that is very strange.
Yeah.
From the massacre that occurred, what, over a month ago?
Yeah, 3 months ago. If I'm the one right after or right before Bill 1's memories stopped.
Right, of course, the virus.
Yeah.
So they say that that both of us died,
along with the like 200 other people. Yeah. When the teddy bear robots went crazy and killed a bunch of people.
Yes.
So things are getting kind of confusing for me because they woke up my clone without memories starting a couple of days after that incident, woke her up 3 weeks ago, but there's been no motion to try to eliminate me or replace me with her. Or like life has been normal. I've been keeping a watch, been being cautious. I'm kind of taking a risk coming to this coffee shop, but like, I don't know what to do anymore.
So you haven't noticed any other suspect activity? I mean, I've been keeping a sharp eye for myself, and far I haven't felt like I've seen anyone following me.
I thought I was being followed a few weeks back, but I mean, I really told you about this, but let's just say if anyone comes close to me, I kind of tend to notice, if you know what I mean. I kind of sense them coming, if you know what I mean. Bill looks around like, I know it's not really legal to have a mutation, and I don't know if you ever knew that. But yeah, I've got a mutation.
And I've always
had it. Yeah, hypersenses. I could basically see farther, hear farther, touch, smell, everything, taste. That's why I know nobody was trying to poison me. The night that Billy 1 woke up, I would have tasted it. Like immediately, I would have smelled it probably. I don't know if Billy 1 has this too. I assume she does. I assume she's just not saying it to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking a risk talking about it out loud in public. But I don't hear any recording devices or anything nearby. So
I don't think so. Most people cleared out.
Yeah.
That guy in the corner over there, but I think he's just drunk.
Yeah.
But so you're telling me that there is a file saying that we died during that massacre, and that
it makes me wonder if there's anybody else on that list who's not really dead.
Yeah.
If we're not really dead, maybe there's somebody else on that list who's not really dead. And maybe they know something that we don't know.
Just as you say that, you see the barista handing off a taro root latte to a person in a extremely beautiful indigo coat. And as they turn, you catch the profile of your third partner that was with you,
Oh.
who you saw die on the eve of you discovering the virus in the teddy bears.
We should said, look, turn around, look. She's dressed as a violet. But that's our old... Isn't that Frankie? Our old partner?
Oh my. I
I
mean, it looks.
saw her die, so that's got to be a clone, right?
I mean, it has to be. Or no, I mean, no one could look that much like.
But she was a red. Why is she a violet all of a sudden? What the hell? Nobody jumps that many ranks. Something's up. We got to make sure she doesn't see us.
She doesn't. She leaves.
Okay.
End of scene.
Okay. That was Mary's scene. Seems good.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
it's good. It's good.
Got information.
Yeah.
Who do you want to give the white die to, Mary?
I explain to me. I'm just like, I'm good, but giving it is just in.
It's just in Act 1. You give it away to someone
Yeah.
who, like, whatever, you liked him in the scene or whatever. Yeah.
I think Ian. I would give it to Ian.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, the dice don't really. We roll them at the end, and then we just do like a 80s movie epilogue of like what happens at the end. Okay. Final scene of Act 1. It's my scene. We've got nothing but black dice. We've got 2 white dice and 5 black dice, which means, as usual, Act 2 is going to go poorly for our characters because we're not going to get what we want a lot. All right, so it is. It's 2 nights later, and Billy has it's the weekly it's like Rain, but it's a scheduled event that happens at night where they turn on all the sprinklers around the city to wash the city, but it gives the effect of looking like it's raining even though we're underground. So Billy has shown up soaking wet middle of the night at Zed's house, and finds that Billy 1 has been staying there, like living there, and no one told Billy A that. Anyway, but like Billy A is like freaking out, has like a gash on her face, like shit has hit the fan apparently. And I'm in your apartment now.
I'm dressing your wound as
Yeah.
kind of thought.
Thanks, Billy. Okay. All right. So I looked into Frankie. She did not die. I don't know how they faked it, but as far as I can tell, that's not a clone.
Stop moving so much.
It's fine. It's fine. Billy, it's fine.
Okay.
Just let it bleed. As far as I can tell, it's not a clone because I went to the cloning vats, saw all 5 of her clones still there, none of them open, none of them woken up, nothing. Nada.
Did you prove that I was a clone? Did you go to where I was?
Yeah, we're missing 1. You're awake. But
Okay.
apparently I'm still the first.
Can I just get a stripping onto my couch?
Fine. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. All right, deep breath. Okay. Then it was around the time when I was in the vats looking at Frankie's vats. I checked ours first because they were on the way. That I noticed I was being tailed. But I was being tailed by bots 4 of them. 2 small ones, 2 big ones. Fast little fuckers too. They were skittling around. Even the big ones. It was crazy. The small ones were kind of crawling on the ceiling and the walls, and the big ones would just kind of skittle back and forth between the vats. And so I said, okay, I'm in trouble. This is bad news. At least my clone won't have far to go if they woke up a second one. But
I'm here.
well, right. Who knows if they... it seems like there's a glitch in the system. I still don't know why. I mean, I didn't talk to anybody down there. But anyway, luckily I had my EMP gun with me. Took out one of the big ones. But then I was running. Dropped the EMP gun. Fell down a flight to another level below. Cut the hell out of my face. I thought I saw Frankie on a... like... up on a window, like looking down at me or something, but maybe I was out of it. I don't know. Made sure no one was following me before I came here. I think I shook them. When I fell down the level, they didn't seem to notice that. I don't know. Come to think of it, they gave up the chase pretty easily, which makes me worried. But yeah, found out Frankie's not a clone. Bots are following me. Pretty sure they're trying to kill me. And I still don't know why.
Billy 1.
That's you. I'm Billy A.
Billy A.
Yeah.
Have you both... Zed and I have been talking. Listen, I'm just going to say it, Zed. I feel like it's time. I think that you're a little paranoid. I think that you think that there's more going on than is actually going on.
Well, that's an interesting theory. And
listen, we're just fearful because, for your safety. I've got my life figured out here. We're busy selling things on eBay. Everything's fine.
I mean, you're selling illegal secondhand garbage.
We're not the only people that do it.
Well,
You're
obviously.
not above the law.
I sometimes enforce the law, other times break it.
All the more reason to know how to finagle it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
Don't
deny
judge me.
paranoid. I'm not
This
judging
is about
you.
You're
Are you drunk?
No,
All right.
you're
Okay, the two of
I'm
you,
drunk.
everyone needs to just take a second. I've been trying to let you two have your go at it, trying to be respectful of your clone battles. But this is not this is not working for me.
You said that
Sorry.
I was the better of the two. That if Billy hadn't hurt you, then you wouldn't have been so open to being my friend. What are you saying?
Well, thank you for revealing that to all who will listen. While I do agree that I think you are taking this out of hand, Billy A, I think there's clearly something. There is information that has transpired between parties unknown to us that involve us, and that's what we need to get to the root of. If we just keep bickering amongst ourselves, we're never going to resolve the larger problem at hand, which is the fact that there are registries out there saying that we're all dead. And it seems to me that they haven't even recognized the fact that Billy 1 exists yet.
Yeah.
I
Very
know
strange.
I exist.
I
will make sure they know I exist.
No,
no
don't
one's
do that.
listening to me. No
Billy
one
what?
cares about anything I do, and it seems to not matter to any of you. And she runs.
Billy 1, it's illegal to have 2 clones awake at the same... Oh, God.
She runs.
You were never this emotional.
Yeah. Did they, fuck her up when they woke her up?
There's something off about all of this. And I'm
Frankie's
thinking,
name was on that list.
yes, and that's what's really, really confusing to me, especially since you said that they haven't opened any of her clone pods yet.
Right. And how'd she spring from red to violet? She jumped 6 levels. We, on the other hand, living in filth. I've got a crazy half brain dead clone running around all emotional. I've got a drinking problem. You're upset because I hurt you. which I didn't realize I had hurt you that much. I
I see why you hurt me so much. There
well,
you go.
are there some like feelings we need to talk about, Zed?
I don't know. Why don't we ask Billy One?
I mean, Billy One is apparently sleeping here. That's a development I didn't foresee.
So you're going to tell me that in all the time that we were working together, there's no point in having this conversation.
There were a couple of times I thought there were vibes, but I don't know. But now you're shacked up with my brain dead clone.
I'm not shacked up. I am giving a living space to a strange, half-developed clone in the fine being so that we don't have the government completely going after at us, if you can call it that.
Well, that's very generous of you. Oh, that's prudent, I suppose. Look, I'm sorry if I hurt you. I didn't realize. We never, it was all the job. We never talked about our feelings. And I regret that now. And I'm sorry I disappeared for 2 months. I was trying to protect you. I thought they were trying to kill me, but maybe I'm just being paranoid.
Just as you say that, Bill One returns with the same cops that found her at the top of the story. And I'm able to open the door because I have keys to the whole establishment. And all of those they undo. And then the cops draw the guns at Billy A. And that's the end of the scene.
Fuck.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice. That's a black die. And I'll give that to Jessica for bringing in the fucking cops.
Yeah.
All right. So
We
now
don't know how we feel about those.
So now it's the tilt. So what this means is we add up our numbers. So this doesn't ever seem fair to me doing it digitally without rolling these again, but I don't know how to roll them again without changing all this stuff. So
I think it's still as random can be.
yeah, I guess. So I have a higher white and Jessica has a higher black number. So Jessica, do you want to, or my number is higher. So that's usually how I determine who gets to do the top
Yeah,
thing.
do the top and I'll do the middles.
Okay, I'll do the top. And so the other dice, 1, 2, 4, 5, no 3. So mayhem, tragedy, guilt, gotta do paranoia.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good.
All right, so paranoia, and then Jess, what baby category?
What are the numbers I can choose from?
Just not 3 or 5.
A stranger arrives to settle the score. What seems like dumb luck isn't. Things are afoot.
Meant to be afoot, but things are afoot here.
A sudden reversal of status, of fortune, of sympathy. I can't do 5, right?
Correct. No 3, no 5.
Somebody is watching, waiting for their moment. We're going to do 4.
Okay, a sudden reversal. Sudden reversal. Have you guys seen the movie Reversal of Fortune?
Mm-mm.
It's good. It's the one that Jeremy Irons won an Oscar for.
Oh. Jeremy
he's-
Irons, excellent Watchmen performance.
Yeah, dude. He's
As Scar,
accused.
our beloved Scar.
Beloved.
This is true.
He's accused of murdering his wife by giving her too much insulin. And the movie follows his team of lawyers as they're trying to get him off, but he does
like
not
get him off.
get him off the charge. Yeah, and jerk him off too. But he doesn't make it easy on them because he's just such a weird character. He'll constantly makes jokes about killing his wife and stuff.
Oh,
So you
geez.
never know if he did it or not, really, the whole movie
my
as it's
God.
going. It's a really good movie. All right, so the tilt is paranoia, sudden reversal of status, of fortune, of sympathy. You guys might want to write that down. What the tilt is an all-purpose scene enhancer. That's something that can just kind of happen whenever it wants to, whenever we want it to. We can throw in a sudden reversal of status, fortune, or sympathy to shake up a scene in Act 2.
And Mary, you and I still have an empty warehouse of things to deal, like that still needs to be honored.
Yes. It's not-
Yeah.
Just to bear
only
that in
house.
mind.
All
on a
that and
scale-
more.
On a
What?
scale of 1 to 5 apples, how many apples is this fiasco nut?
I think it's got potential.
Okay.
Right now it's a solid 4, but we could get it to 5
Okay.
if we tie up the mystery well.
There's
but
a
I've got-
lot of mystery.
I've got no clue how this is all going to tie together.
There's no rails.
Yeah. But we've got good things in place. Now we just have to bring it all home.
I would agree. I agree. I'm with you.
It's gonna be great.
See you after the break.
Bye.
Fiasco nuts, fiasco nuts.
We've got a sleepy dog here. Act 2. Coming at you. First off, it is Jessica's scene in Act 2. You keep the dice that you wind up with. So far, we're all primed for a pretty good ending colors-wise because we're grouped up. But no metagaming it. Whatever.
So,
You're-
um,
Remember this? Remember the
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
liquid pencil thing?
It
Yeah.
fucking it trips me out still.
I love it.
I do too.
But-
Sorry, we were about to stay on track. Let's
But
go.
I'm gonna be even worse. But my favorite thing, where it looks
Whoa.
like there's a string attached to my. It's like
Whoa.
I don't know if the lag time makes it, but it's like a very particular. Like you really.
I've never seen this before.
I don't know if it's as successful on Zoom because of the lag, but
Yeah.
it really looks like there's like a string attached to my head.
That's cool. I always feel like there's a piece of glass in between your hand when you do this,
Yeah.
right? Like, can't you feel the glass in between?
Sometimes, do you ever get that thing where it feels like there's a spring between your teeth and you can go like,
No.
and you can, it like feels like there's like a bouncing back to it.
Maybe.
If you sit and do this for a long time, if you go like, it kind of,
Have you ever done the thing when you're in the doorway and you hold
yeah,
your
yeah.
arm? That's fun.
Oh
Love
yeah,
that. Love that one.
The inertia, it's the best. I used to Spider-Man in our hallway as a kid too. Okay, so
Wow, that's another one.
the cops came. Did I say I was with them?
You brought them in, yeah.
I brought them in. I had your character arrested as impersonating me. I said that I was the original clone, and I was the original Billy, and I've had you arrested as an imposter clone that shouldn't have been awoken yet. And so currently you're in jail as opposed to dying. Zed, you're being brought in for questioning based off of that. And my character is about meeting the head owner, proprietor of a warehouse.
Okay. Sorry, ma'am. So you you need a warehouse space, you said, or what is?
Well, as you know, space is so it's a commodity, really, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, you house many companies as they are shipped to and fro between beta and alpha. I'm right?
Oh yeah. I manage warehouses.
Well, I'm interested in making sure I have access to this warehouse at any given time in the day or night, so that I might be able to also store my wares that will be transported hither and thither.
That's how a warehouse works, ma'am. Yeah. Just
That's
fill out
right.
the forms and pay for the space, and Bob's your uncle. There you go.
Bob's your uncle.
How
Thank-
much space do you require?
honestly, not very much. The product that I like to that is shipping is a really niche product, and it takes up very little space. But I would need full access to the warehouse at any point.
Well, yeah. If you're a paying customer, you can we your wish is our command. So you want 1-2 pallets worth of storage space, or
I think half a pallet should do.
well, we just sell in pallets at a time.
Then we're
so
gonna do one pallet.
pallet. All right. Well, here, let me here fill out these forms, and now there you go.
Let me ask you,
Uh
how
huh.
would you know if, let's just say, someone that looked like me came in here and pretended to be me, but wasn't me? How would you handle that situation? How would you know?
Is there a risk of that happening, ma'am?
Well, this is the world that we live in, isn't it?
We do live in the world, yes.
Let me ask you, would you like a product that helped you to know which was which?
Can't say I've thought much about it, but I guess if that becomes a more widespread problem, that would be a good product to have.
What if I told you that I had just the product that would help you find out whether you're real or the clone? And if that was necessary, you'd be able to prove that you're the real one.
Well, again, it's not something I'd thought about, but now you're sort of putting worries in my head. I guess, wait, are you saying I'm not real?
Oh, no, not to the complete contrary. You strike me as someone very genuine.
Well,
And
thank you. I pride myself on genuineness,
now that's what I'm
genuinosities.
talking about right there. The inability to say words. Your clone's going to come out being able to say things perfectly. So
All right.
I would just say that it might be interesting to invest on the ground floor of a product that might be able to prove that you're the real deal, the uncle of Bob.
Well, I want to be the real deal, yeah.
That's right. Well, here you go.
Thanks. Is that a white die?
I think so. She gets what she wants.
Yeah. You're a salesperson now.
Well,
Cool. Okay, Mary's turn. I keep forgetting because I'm in my screen. I'm second, so I keep forgetting that. One. All right. What's Zed up to?
All right. So Zed is sitting in an interrogation room. Looks pretty similar to what we've seen in many a show. But as per usual, it's an interesting combination of analog and super futuristic tech. She's sitting there alone. She looks a little beat up, a little roughed up. Nothing too bad, but she's in a state, kind of staring out. And then suddenly, whoosh, whoosh, the door opens.
Oh.
And a mysterious figure emerges. We don't see his or her face. But we do see Zed see his or her face. And it is a face of utter shock and disbelief.
now I know you don't expect me to be here. Why, after viewing me die, would I be here? Oh, wipe that dumb look off your face. You were so close to figuring it out.
What? How did...
Don't ask how. Ask why.
All right. Why?
Why not? This isn't a world where people are treated fairly, where if you work hard, you'll get what you want. They think it's a meritocracy, but we know it's not. We know that no matter what you do, you're always going to stay a red. Don't you know that? What better way than to metaphorically die and transcend like the phoenix into the upper echelons of color ranking?
As this conversation is happening, the camera dollies down the hallway through the wall, and we can hear or see that Billy A, beat to hell, like all bloodied and beat up, can hear this conversation through the walls with her hyper senses. And then the camera dollies back over.
The thing is I wasn't sure whether Billy or yourself would be wily enough to, join the ranks with me. Didn't seem like it after the way you both handled the virus epidemic. Really proved that you two weren't in it to win it, But then we realized how insignificant you two were. how fine it was that you two would just run around and create these little conspiracy theories and think that the society was out to get everyone. You got to keep people confused. You got to give them something to hope for.
So all this time, you were working behind our backs. You were supposed to be our partner.
No. We were comrades. We were comrades. We saw eye to eye. It's just that on the eve of dismantling the virus, I was given a choice: move up the ranks or die. And I thought it was interesting that neither you or Billy were given the same choice. It seems that nothing happens here without the ultraviolets knowing.
So you're why are all of our names on the registry then if none of us are dead?
That's how insignificant you are.
It doesn't make... Why were you given a choice and not us?
Do you see this coat? See this beautiful indigo coat? I look excellent in it. Oh, Zed, one thing you just won't understand is there's two types of people in this world. People who work their hinds off for the queen bee, and those who see the opportunity to kill the queen. Now, which one do you think you are?
Right as you say that, Billy A actually, because you left the door open, Billy A runs in and elbows Frankie in the head, and then says, and then it's like, Zed, let's get out of here. And so then I grab Zed and we run out, and like as we're passing terminals in the hallway, we both I say like, do it like do it like that time in the spring of 20XX. You know what I'm talking about? And then we like start typing in codes on terminals and stuff as we're running by. We're like hacking the police station as we're running out, and like stuff starts messing up. Like ticker tape is falling off the ceiling, and like pipes are falling over and stuff. I was like, I say like, they really should secure these places better. And then we run out the side door of the INSEC police office.
White dive.
Okay. Last white dive.
Jesus Christ.
Scene, I guess.
Last white dive.
Sorry, we kind of railroaded your scene there. All right. So, brief flashback at the beginning of my scene. I hear the Frankie talking, and then I pull out of my mouth like it looks like a thin piece of metal, like a paper clip kind of. And I go over to the door, and with my super hearing and touch senses, I can tell where the tumblers on the lock are really easily. So I pick the lock with relative ease. And then, we see a montage of me elbowing us running out. And so now it cuts to the present moment. You and I, Zed, are hiding under a truck, like a robotic delivery truck that's like broken, in like a service road, passageway thing. Yeah, and we're like, it's like greasy and weird, and I'm all bloody and beat up, and we're like under this truck.
Yeah.
Zed, are you okay?
I mean, I've been better, but you definitely look like you're in worse condition.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of me. But hey, I was right. They're after us. Things are crazy. I'm not paranoid. That's the good news.
You always found a way to have a sense of humor about these things.
Also, I overheard, using, that thing I told you about, I overheard what Frankie was saying, and I think, shocking thought, maybe off base, I don't know, I think she's a patsy. I think that they offered her this thing, because it doesn't make any sense. Die or have this wonderful life? What kind of choice is that? What I think is, they needed someone to frame for the virus thing to make it look like she did it to get ahead in the world, like she killed all the rest of us to get up, to lift herself up, right? But it just doesn't make any sense because, like, we know her, she looks great in a coat, but like she was always kind of third fiddle to us, like we were the real troubleshooters.
Yeah, I from talking to her, it didn't feel like the same Frankie that we knew. I don't think that.
Yeah. Brainwashing, maybe. Brainwashing, you thinking?
Brainwashing, and you said she didn't have, none of the clones had been.
None of her clones. It's still her.
I don't know. There's something off. I still can't get over why we were on that death registry.
I mean, one part that she said kind of rang true to me. And I mean, maybe, call me nihilistic, but something she said actually kind of made me laugh. She said basically that we're so insignificant that they can just write down that we're dead and no one even needs to look into it to see if it's true or not. Because we don't matter if we're alive, like we're so inconsequential alive that the system can think we're dead and we won't even make a difference, even if it's not true, is what she's saying.
I mean, I think that that's a valid argument, but I still don't understand why they would have to even.
Right.
There's something in my gut. There's something off. Just, I mean, I rarely believe in that sort of stuff, but I just feel like there's. And then all of a sudden, her freaking watch thingy. What the hell?
Are you selling stuff still?
I didn't even know this thing was on.
Well, turn it off. Someone's going to find us. Just push the button on the side.
I got it.
No, you didn't get it.
Okay, then you get it.
Boop.
Thank you.
You just push the button on the side.
And the product that
it's like super bright under the truck.
Yeah, totally.
Oh God.
Totally like holograms, and you realize that it's not a product that you had been selling that was like sort of gray market-ish, but this is now a product that is what you realize is how to kill the previous clone and assimilate as a new clone, like a product that like is like a insert chip to take all the memories.
Huh.
What is that? It's like a memo chip?
Yeah, and some way to. Oh, and there's a location.
Oh, that's down sort of warehouse district?
Yeah, some sort of warehouse.
All right. Well, this seems like it could easily be a setup. Should we go check it out, or should we just not?
I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to check it out, but
we'll be curious forever if we didn't.
Yeah.
We might be dead if we do.
Why don't we try and let the odds be in our favor and don't show up as ourselves?
Oh, it's black tie.
Fuck.
uh, well, I don't have any costumes or anything. I guess we'll just have to go.
Jesus.
Scene.
Just have to go.
We just have to go. All right. Now it's Jessica's turn. We all have one scene left.
Okay.
So Billy A and Zed are heading to the warehouses.
Yeah, and Billy 1 is there. And now that the sales are coming through, and you see like in the background of an image of the warehouse guy who, after having been given the product, is now like just dead and slumped in the corner, like totally dead. Because basically he's gonna die now. The clone is gonna come up. That's what the product is. I go to the warehouse, and this is not a product I created, but this is something I learned about on CBay. That this warehouse was housing was this kill your clone thing. And I go to that section of the warehouse, and it is not there. And I am pissed. I start like thrashing empty boxes. Like it's like you like basically like you can see the imprint of where these chips should have been, and they're not there.
Billy and Zed are approaching the warehouses, and we hear this commotion. And we're like, oh, shh. Did you hear that? Wait, is that Billy?
Sounds like it.
That's Billy 1. I got a fucking bone to pick with her.
Okay, well, cool it. We're not really sure where she
got
lies.
us arrested. Game over, man. We gotta cap her.
Okay, let's pick our fights where we should pick them.
I mean, an abandoned warehouse seems like a pretty good place to cap a clone that shouldn't even be awake.
All right, well, we have to make a plan. We can't just go at it like a fool.
And, I mean, hard to tell if killing the clone, like if she's registered as the...
Billy
if the
1
system thinks
hears
I'm
this
dead-
conversation because of her
Oh, yeah.
hypersensitivity.
But if the system thinks I'm dead and she's the clone, if we kill her, it'll just wake up another clone. Shit. Hi, Billy. You can come out.
No, I'm right behind you. These guns are pointed at both of your heads. Now go.
I can't believe I didn't hear you come up.
Oh yeah, because I know how you can hear me. I know how to also make you not hear me.
I look down and she's wearing like Crocs. Damn it. Sneaking Crocs.
Get into the warehouse now.
Fine.
Right.
You're the boss.
I am the boss. I am the primo. I am the alpha.
Look, hey, Billy. I know you probably heard what I was saying out there, and I've been thinking about it in the last couple of seconds since you started pointing these guns at us. And here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. If we kill you, another clone's just going to wake up. Same problem, right? So, what if Zed and I just go off grid? What if we just leave? We could move to Beta Complex.
No.
We could just have a life.
That's not enough.
Well,
I'll
you can
always know that there is you walking out there that could make me not be significant in this world.
But I mean, why do you think? Why does me existing think that make you feel that you're not? I mean, there are twins too. Twins are both significant.
It's not the same. We have the same memories.
Well, I mean, the last 3 months are different.
You guys, and just then, Zed is preoccupied with something that neither of them can see.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Don't try to distract me.
Hang on. What do
I'm
you
not,
see, Zed?
guys. Billy, I don't think you're the only person who has a clone.
We all have a clone. When
You
one of
mean
us dies, you have clones. He
you mean
has clones.
a woken
she
up
has
clone?
clones.
She points over to the adjacent warehouse, and there's someone that from a distance looks like Zed.
Oh,
And just as I turn, because you've actually managed to get my attention, Billy A clocks me in the head and knocks me out.
yeah. Give her the elbows.
Yeah.
Give her the old
Scene.
Tony Jaa elbows.
Ah!
Sorry, Billy. I take the guns. Yeah, Zed, that's you over there? Oh, I suppose I knocked you out, so the scene's over?
No, scene's over. Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
time to move on to one of your scenes.
Black eye, big surprise.
Big surprise.
All right, so now it's Zed's scene, but I mean, we could just keep going right from there if you want.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got, so Billy 1 is knocked out,
Yeah.
and
We've got 2 guns. I hand you one of the guns.
yeah, I take one of the guns, and the figure isn't moving.
That looks like you.
I think we need to go over there.
Okay. We go across the thing, and as we get closer to the warehouse, I notice that with my hyper senses, because I can see into the dark pretty well, Zed is standing there, and behind Zed are a bunch of boxes, but they're not boxes, they're like cages, sort of like charging creches or whatever, filled with teddy bear robots. Like a bunch of teddy bear robots. And I reach out and I like touch your arm, and I say like, Zed, she's got a bunch of teddy bear robots like the ones from the massacre.
Mhm.
What?
And then this Zed,
Evil Hood Zed.
hooded Zed. They're finally close enough to actually hear this Zed.
Yeah.
Over to this Zed. And this Zed actually looks even more disheveled and dirty than our current slightly beat up Zed. She looks like she's seen some more shit. I was hoping this day would come. Zed, I'll call you Z1. What are you talking about? There are no clones of No, Zed. That's the truth. You're the clone.
But
The night of the massacre, they tried to kill me. They thought they had. Just like they thought they killed Billy A. But we both vanished into obscurity as best we could. Billy A was a little less successful than I was.
I drink a lot.
This is true. Something we'll discuss later. But I've been watching from the shadows. I let you assume that you were me. I let you live my life completely as you had and fulfill all of those memories from that moment on.
And you're the one who was following me.
Yes, that was me. I'm sorry. I wish I could have spoken to you sooner, but I needed you guys to put together more of the pieces of the puzzle. I needed you to see Frankie for yourself. But the truth
Is she a patsy? Or is she actually the mastermind?
oh, she's not the mastermind.
Okay, good. I was right on that too. See, I turned to the other ZA, the other side. I'm like, see, I was pretty close. I was putting it together.
Yes, very good. A+. I'm so glad that, yeah. Well, this is most important thing is that you're right.
Sorry, yeah. I didn't want to distract. You guys are having a
true.
moment. I didn't.
I
Never
think
mind.
it's
Never mind.
confronting the fact that I might be a fucking clone, but it's fine. I'm good. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And-
I could tell that that's my Zed. The hooded one. Sorry, not important. What's with the teddy bear army, Zed? Talking to the hooded one.
It did. These are the last of the massacre teddies, which, even though the government wouldn't want us to think so, was actually a very helpful part of the cause. They inflicted that virus just so that they could sabotage what was going to be an excellent way for us to help rebuild our infrastructure. But it's a lost cause now. Unless I think there's a reason that we were able to survive and our clones were awakened. I think we have to find a way to work together with both of them.
Well, I mean, my clone is knocked out in the other room. She's a little crazy.
I'm not going to argue with that. I have definitely been observing some strange behavior, but
I think they didn't wake her up with a full deck, if you know what I mean.
Yes, well, I think that's what we're uncovering and why the massacre happened in the first place. There are flaws in the systems, in the bots that no one is wanting us to acknowledge or see. There's so many more complexities than anyone wants us to realize. This whole memory bank and being able to easily have 5 replicas of yourself. It's just not that easy. There's a lot of cases that I've been uncovering in the past few months since I've been undercover, and I've found that more often than not, clones malfunction, that they are, like in the case of Billy One, far more emotional or frenetic, and it's causing a lot of issues, and crime is going up in ways that are unprecedented. And of course, instead of trying to fix the problem, they're just trying to shut it up.
Maybe that's why Frankie got to be Violet. They paid her off. They kept her silent instead of killing her. She was always very popular on the alpha net, so if she went missing, people would notice. If she got cloned, people would notice. So maybe they just bought her off, raised her up, said don't say anything.
Yes, that's my theory as well. From what I've observed, there's no other reason to believe that she's actually behind any of this. I do think she's very much a puppet in the whole endeavor.
Well,
meanwhile, now Z1 has been quite silent and is trying to comprehend the information that has just been given to her. With great background music. That was actually. Wait, so you're telling me that I didn't lose any memory. Why did Billy One have a period of time that she couldn't remember? Why didn't I realize that? How do I know that you're not the clone? There's no real way for me to prove it to you because they were able to replicate and create an additional clone the night after the massacre. So all of your memories were implanted perfectly. And I ensured that was possible because I needed to have someone who was completely believable as myself. I'm so sorry that I couldn't tell you sooner.
I'm wondering if they didn't give Billy One. I mean, it's possible that they just shut off my memory recorder because they thought I was dead and didn't wake up a clone because they didn't want me around. So I'm wondering if they might have just woken her up by mistake, or they woke her up some other pawn in some game, like some kind of system of control, something. I mean, it's clear to me that they just wanted to get rid of us all. Like, or me at least. They didn't want to wake me up. They didn't want to clone me, I think.
Yes, I think that we were right on the cusp of really uncovering something that they didn't want anyone to know about or see. And my theory is that it is that their system is a lot more flawed than they've led us to believe. And let's be real, it didn't seem perfect in the first place.
Yeah. And so they, what we need to do is, well, maybe in your research you've seen, but I have that list of all the names from the massacre. And, there's you, me, Frankie. In my research, I noticed that like 10 or 15 of them all worked in the cloning department. They were all in charge of clones and memories and stuff like that. Maybe the massacre, was intentional as a cover-up. Or for sure, it seems like.
I think so. I think it also was probably used to fluctuate the numbers in deaths in order to distract from the murders that were occurring because of malfunctioning clones.
Yeah. Well, that begs the question. You seem to have acquired for yourself a teddy bear army of your own. Do you have some kind of plan? Or are we going to hit them back?
Always one to ask the important questions, Billy. I do. I've been scraping together some sort of plan with the tools that I have. But I think from these leftover teddy bears, we will be able to unlock the technology. We both have enough knowledge combined with our clones' knowledge. I think between the four of us, we'll be able to hack into these robot teddies and figure out how the virus is created so that we can create an antivirus that will prevent this from happening in the future and more sabotage to occur.
Just then, Billy A suddenly just goes, "Oh shit, duck!" And then like a weird piece of like sharp metal, just like flings into the room, just hits ZA right in the eye, like drops dead.
Oh no.
Billy 1 runs into the room just like screaming. And then we're like, "Oh shit." And then we all start like fighting. ZA is dead. So Billy A and Z1 start like punching Billy 1.
You idiot!
Scene. I remembered we have only black dice left. I was like, wait, we're forming too good of a plan. All right.
Makes it all the more.
Yeah.
All right. So, Billy A, it's 2 nights later. Billy A, Z1, and Billy 1, are in the teddy bear warehouse. Billy 1 is tied up to a chair, and Billy A and Z1 are standing on top of the like robot charging creche things with all the teddy bears on them. And Billy's holding like a big, looks like one of those industrial like elevator things with the buttons, except this one just has one button. It's like a power switch. Billy turns to Zed and just says like, "All right, are you ready? Theoretically, they'll go in, they'll tear up the cloning facility, just kind of fuck up the whole system. You and I can escape to Beta Complex in the confusion, and then, I don't know, get pancakes or something. What do you think?
Please. Come on.
Hey, you had your chance, Crazy. We gave you 2 days to think about it, and you kept trying to kill us.
Wouldn't you do the same?
No, well, I mean, I'm about to, but no.
I don't know, Billy. How can I do this if everything that ZA said was true? Then I'm just as likely to be flawed as Billy 1.
I'm not flawed.
Billy A takes Z1's hands and just says like, hey, nobody's perfect. And then
I had a thing.
I push the button, and then all the teddy bears just like they all turn on. There's like 200 of these murderous teddy bears. They're like 4 feet tall. They've all got like knives and shit. And they all wake up and they just start moving forward like crazy. They just like go all over the place. We programmed them to know us because we're wearing like we have these little barcode badge things, so they recognize those and they don't attack us. They just tear Billy one apart, and then they go out into the city causing mass chaos. But in the confusion, they start like wrecking their own creches and stuff. So Billy A and Zed fall into the melee. And then are separated and are trying to find each other again. But it's like chaos. And then like military INTSEC or whatever starts showing up too. And then like, they had set a predetermined meet spot, but it's just like chaos. Like yelling like, Zed,
Billy.
Billy! Billy!
And then I think maybe that's the end.
Yeah.
And all the teddy bears.
Massacre on. Okay. So that's the end. Now we have the aftermath. So what you do is you look at these dice. Yours is pretty easy. And then you subtract. You subtract, whatever color is lower out of whichever color is higher. So in your case, you just take one black out, and then that's your number of whites. So I got 4 white.
6 black.
Okay. And then you got 4, 5, 6, 7 white. So remember your number and color, because now we do this. So Jessica, you're
Pathetic.
first.
Pathetic. You'll suffer. Oh, dear God, will you suffer? And everyone will know your malfeasance, your stupidity, your lack of common sense and decency are probably going to be locked up too. So because the teddy bears basically eviscerated Billy A.
Off camera, though. We don't know.
No. It tracks. It causes Billy B to wake up.
Oh yeah, another clone. Yeah,
and you see like, coming out of the clone and the same fucking doofus. It's like, did this one need to be mocha or whatever there? And basically immediately the INSEC shows up and arrests Billy B. And it's like, I didn't do anything, I swear.
But you do have the memories, so they can charge you for it.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Except maybe, that'd be funny if like, because there were 2 clones awake at once, you've got like weird, like 2 months worth of like 2 different people's memories.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter because they don't believe me.
Yeah. You're just all fractured and crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. Mary, would you have a white 7?
Yeah, 7 white. Weak. Hey, you're busted, beat, and broke down, but at least you've learned a lesson about human greed and frailty, right? It'll serve you well in prison, which is probably where you're headed.
Hey.
Yep. I think that is precisely. We've in the midst of the chaos and the massacre and the teddy bears, I get quite beat up and quite scraped up, possibly even losing some limbs. Just really not great. And as a consequence, our favorite cops
that came to my
Charlie
door.
and whoever.
Yeah, they find me and they drag me to jail. But I try and tell them that they've got the wrong girl, but they won't listen.
Yeah.
And you and I share a cell.
Oh shit!
I had white 4, I think. Yeah. Bitter. You know what it's like to be utterly crushed, casually brought low, forced to eat your own words, and stand mute and powerless before your enemies. They gloat, and you are helpless. So yeah, I go to the meeting spot. I get out of there. I go to where I was supposed to meet up with Zed 1, and she doesn't show. I wait for a week. She never shows. I hear through my elite hacking skills that she's in jail. I think about trying to bust her out, but because of the massacre and stuff and the incident, everything is too secure. Like, I have no way to get near it. So I kind of give up, and I feel like a coward for giving up. And then I fulfilled the second part of our plan, which was to smuggle ourselves into Beta Complex, which is eating my words because I said earlier I would never go to Beta Complex. And so now I'm living in Beta Complex. Like, I'm like homeless. I have no prospects. Things are weird there. Everything's just kind of like off and strange. Like, everything is just different and weird, and I don't know how to navigate and get around. And I'm just so lonely.
Oh.
And I still drink way too much when I can get my hands on it, which isn't often.
Poor Billy.
Sometimes we have happy endings. But not
Well,
when I'm third.
Yeah, it's a dystopian. It's
Yeah.
hard to end even on a hopeful note.
So this ends our documentary of current modern
Jesus,
day.
It does feel like
Next
that.
year.
'Cause, like,
Yeah.
no matter what change we try to affect, it didn't matter.
2021.
Yeah. California, 2021.
It's like
That was definitely a weird one, but I had fun.
Me
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks for having
Um,
me.
Thanks for coming on board.
This was certainly fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Just a note for next time. 8:00 is too late.
All right. Well, remind yourself next time when we're scheduling this.
It was my fault.
I will say, what was great was, in the scheme of my day, it ended up being perfect timing for me. I didn't know. I thought I had the afternoon, but then it ended up 8 was great. Although I do agree that my energy is what it is.
Well, and that's what I mean. It's like, let's not think negatively of it. I just mean that, like, this was the only time that would have really worked for me in order to do all the stuff too. It just was late.
Yeah, and we wouldn't know unless we tried.
That's right. That's the attitude I like, Mary, and you keep it up.
That's my go-getter, positive attitude.
Gotta love it.
That's my 2020 attitude for you.
Yeah. Take what you can get.
Yeah.
8 o'clock worked fine for me. I don't know. Well, thanks for whatever. Patreon.com/easyallies. If
You
you're
can
in
find Mary at Mary the Chief.
Mary the
At-
Chief
At all locations.
I told
on
them
all
okay.
locations.
One handle.
If you're a $5 patron or more, you get this early. You'll get it super late tonight, randomly, without warning.
Is that true?
I just puke it up whenever it's done, you know?
Is this one worth $5?
Wow. Hard to say, you know, the value of $1.
And
It's
they're
sort of
staring-
subjective based on your experience.
Hey, I never see a dime, so it doesn't matter to me.
Well, we'll see you later.
Ba, 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 ba.